Hi, welcome friends once again back to my motivational story time. This story goes like this. There was this certain woman, an old elderly woman who was living in a kind of wilderness or a desert, and she was very poor and she had a very pathetic life, struggling all her life. There was nobody to take care of her. She was by herself, lonely. One day she was carrying firewood to her home, and there was a viper who was hidden inside that firewood. And she was like, the viper bit her and she was cussing out. And she said, God, what is going on in my life? Every day something or the other. She came back home. She was going through excruciating pain. And she was like cussing out and she was blaming God every single time. And this continued every single day. She was going through pain, suffering. And every day she was blaming God for everything. She was blaming God. A couple of days passed by. One day she heard a gentle knock on her door. And she didn't want to open the door because she was not expecting any kind of friends or people coming to her house. And she said, who in the world is knocking on my door? But the knock was still going on. She was like hesitant to open the door, but she said, okay, let me open the door and see who it is. And she just opened the door and there stands an angel right in front of her. And this angel asked her, ma'am, God has heard your cry, your complaints all these days. What do you want me to do for you? Or what do you want me to go and ask God for you? And she said, I want this misery to end. That's all I need. I can't go on any further anymore. So you need to tell God, God has to end my misery. This is too much for me. I can't even go one day. And the angel disappeared, went to God's presence. And the angel said, hey, I went to this woman and she was complaining and you sent me to ask her what she needs. And she said she wants to end this misery. You need to do something as soon as possible to end this. And God said, okay, I can do that. And I said, what is the remedy for it? And God said, the remedy is she will go through this misery until her death. That was so much confusing to the angel. He just said, how will I convey this message to this woman? Until she pass away or until her death, this will continue. And the angel said, God, I can't say this. Okay, I'll tell her, okay, do me a favor. God said, go and tell her. Every single day, anything happens in her life, she needs to utter 3 words. That's all she has to do. And what is that? And God said, tell her to say, whenever she goes through a suffering, a pain, anything, just say, thank you, God. And the angel agreed instantly. He said, okay, I'll go and tell this. And the angel appeared back to this lady and said, ma'am, God said, you need to do, your misery will end, your suffering will end, everything will change in your life. But you have to say 3 things. Thank you, God, whenever you hit with any kind of problems, issues in your life. And she was like mad at it. She said, what is that kind of solution? I never heard. Anyway, let me try that. So the angel disappeared. The next day, she was having issues. She was having another problem. She said, thank you, God. So she started practicing the same thing. A couple of days passed by. After 6-7 days, the angel came and visited the place, and the place has changed. The wilderness has changed. Water is flowing. There are fruits in her trees. The garden is flourishing. She's having plenty of food. She is joyful. She's walking. She's healthy. And what happened? And the angel disappeared, went back to God and said, God, what magic is that? What did happen? God said, you told me that the misery will stay with her until her death. Exactly. The day she started thanking God for everything, her death happened. The past life is gone. She changed to a new person now. There was this death, the death of complaints, the death of all this kind of murmuring, all these things has died. She started thanking God. A new life began. Everything changed in life. Let me remind you guys, gratitude is a big word, but it is a simple thing to practice. Paul says in the word, says, give thanks to God in every circumstances. Let me remind you, when you go through issues, life situations, you don't have no hope. But let me tell you, utter 3 words in your life. Thank you, God. That is the death of your past. A new beginning will happen. Everything will change. So be grateful in every situation. God will change your situation no matter what you go through. May God bless you with His words.